Hold on, it's still gonna go. Just give me a minute.
It's our washing machine. Like, it is a whole ass song, bro. It's like a whole
3-minute finale.
It's like an orchestra in the damn machine.
Okay, so.
I'm not pretty
I don't know if I want to be with you after this. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to Vlogmas Day 5. So, for this video,
can I just say really quickly, it's been so long since we've actually sat down in front of the camera with a ring light to tell a story. Like, how long has it been?
Well, we're not
since
really,
we got hacked. This is the last time we did like a story time kind of.
But we're not really telling a story right now.
Yeah.
From the title of today's video, you guys can kind of tell, but not really, what is about to happen.
Yeah.
In today's video, we're finally telling you guys what Devonte's career choice is going to be, like what he's going into. I've been hinting to you guys for a while now that he is eventually not really gonna be in the videos. He will be in the videos, but definitely not like every single day or all up in it as he usually would. But he's gonna try his best to like be in the videos.
Yeah. Alright guys, so before we get into today's video, if you guys haven't already, make sure you smash it with a huge thumbs up. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also hit the little bell icon down below so that way you guys can get notified every single time we post a new video for, I just let you say that. Every single time we what?
Post a new video. And so for those of you who are new to this channel, or at least relatively new, my name's Anicia.
My name is Devonte.
Her name's Juliet. His name's Sire. His name's Ringo. And this is the Life Less Vlog, where every day it's more. Where every day it's more bullshit.
For the longest time.
Alright guys, so let's just get into this. I'm just gonna jump into this, okay? So, our last video that we posted talking about this subject was titled, he won't be in the videos anymore. And we pretty much like based it around the simple fact of I am focusing on a new career while I am also handing things down to Anicia. What I mean by handing things down is like teaching her how to edit and, you know, handling the business aspects so that way she could do it all by herself 100%. And I also mentioned in that video that I wasn't going to give you guys an update until an update started happening. And an update is happening. So that's kind of why we're making this video now.
So things are moving pretty quickly. And I had said before, like, oh, we're not even like close to, you know, anything, like everything is still like in the way beginning stages, blah, blah, blah. Something happened recently and that's why we felt the need to hurry up and make this video because it's actually, he's getting a job. So for those of you who don't know and are like, what are you guys talking about? Devonte is going for a new career. He's no longer gonna be like YouTuber Devonte with me. I mean, he kind of is, but not really. Basically, I'm gonna take over our YouTube channel and it's just gonna be my YouTube channel, which it always has been, but like it's just gonna be mainly me and Juliet and like based off of that. Because Devonte is now going on his own path to his own career. If you guys don't know, when I first met Devonte, I brought YouTube to him. He didn't know anything about YouTubers. He didn't know anything about people recording videos and getting paid for it. And then I told him like, this is something that I've watched for the past few years growing up and it's something that I wanna do. And he was like, what are you talking about? We ended up starting to do it. He saw that we started to make like really good money from it. So he was like, okay, like let's like do this then, like as a full career. You love doing it and I love editing and I love like the whole background aspect of it. So let's do it. So we started doing it, but before, when me and him were first dating, he told me what he wanted to do with his career.
Yeah.
And he just hadn't pursued it yet because of like GEDs and stuff like that. So now, thankfully, me and him are in a place financially where I am able to take over the YouTube channel for myself and he can go off and kind of do whatever he wants. He has helped me for these past 2.5, 3 years. I think it's 2.5 years that we've been on YouTube. He's helped me build this channel to what it is. He's been a huge part in the reason why this channel is the way it is. And now it's basically time for me to grow my butterfly wings and start flying, and he has to die, so.
Yeah, well, I don't really have to die. I just have to grow my own.
No, yeah, so he has to grow his own set of wings, and he's gonna go along his
I just want to say that I think it's extremely important for individuals in a relationship to do what makes them happy, even if it's affecting their partner in a negative way. If you're not doing what makes you happy while you're in like a relationship, you're not gonna progress whatsoever. I mean, like, yeah, sure, you can drag your relationship on, but your happiness, it's not gonna be there.
Yeah.
That doesn't go to say that, you know, I've been happy throughout this entire time of us doing YouTube. It's just that we just now kind of just sat down and we're just like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, you know what I mean? So first and foremost, the thing that I want to do or become or pursue is a police officer. I've always wanted to become a police officer. Even before I met Anicia, I had initially told her that I wanted to go to the military, to join the military police.
And I was like, I'm not gonna be with you.
Through the Army branch, I wanted to join military police, and then after I got into military police, I wanted to pursue a police officer, and then after that, my ultimate goal was to join SWAT team. I've always been into like super tactical things, like fast-paced things and stuff like that, so that's what I've always wanted to do. When me and Anicia met and we started pursuing the YouTube career, my interest to becoming a police officer was there, but it kind of started to die down because we were focusing on this whole career. We were focusing on, you know, this whole empire that we started building together. Ever since everything started happening with the protests and Black Lives Matter things and, you know, police brutality becoming even more crazy, it sparked my interest even more, like tenfold, to want to become a police officer, because I realized everyone that I knew and everyone that Anicia knew and everyone that follows us, our majority, have created this negative stigma based off of, you know, police officers, which is where the term ACAB derives from. So based off of everything that started happening, it sparked my interest even more to want to become a police officer, so that way I can change that stigma, or at least attempt to change that stigma on everyone's minds that I know that's involved in my life, Anicia's life, and, you know, everyone that, you know, follows us. And that's why I said inside of the video where we first mentioned that we are, you know, kind of separating, was that there were going to be a lot of people who are not going to support what I want to do. And I want you guys to understand that my goal in doing what I want to do is not to, you know, have this power trip and to, you know, feel like I can do whatever the hell I want to do. My goal, my ultimate number one goal, is to erase or eliminate that stigma with everything that's going on right now with, you know, everyone that's involved in our lives, and especially with my family. Anicia's family has a long line of, you know, people who have had bad encounters with police officers, so of course, you know, they have that stigma in their mind. So I would love to have the opportunity to become a police officer and also be involved with Anicia's family at the same time, while showing them that, you know, all cops are not, you know, bad. Not all cops have the stigma that, you know, these other bad fucking police officers have, you know, created. For those of you who don't know, Anicia she's not there with me. Like, she supports the simple fact that I want to pursue a career, of course, but she doesn't, she doesn't support what I want to do. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, we have never gone back and forth. We've never argued about this, being like, why the fuck don't you support what I want to do when I support what you want to do this entire time? It's really nothing like that, but I guess you can like explain.
So obviously, with everything that just recently happened and everything that has happened like over the years since before I was born, like, and like Devonte said, like my family, my mom, my uncles, everybody has had such bad experiences with police officers. Like, it's insane. And I don't believe that all cops are bad. I have met amazing cops. Like, they're super nice and super sweet and like, you know, whatever. That's not the point. My point is, with the way the system is today, like how everyone, I don't know if you guys know, but you don't even have to go to school or training for a year to be a cop. Like, it's just a few months and then you become a cop. I just don't believe that that's right. I just don't believe that. There's so many things, and I'll sit here for hours telling you guys about like everything that I just don't believe is right. But at the same time, I'm not gonna tell him, well, I've already told him, like, I don't agree with what you're doing. I don't. And it's not even only because of that whole aspect of it and, you know, all that stuff. It's also because of the way that I was raised. I'm not a baptized Jehovah's Witness, but I was raised to be a Jehovah's Witness. And I definitely don't practice like everything about the religion. Like, I have Christmas stuff set up in my house right now. But I still do believe that Jehovah is my God, and under that religion, you cannot be patriotic.
Yeah,
and
you can't even be political or anything like that. So
you can't like even be. For me to be about to marry somebody that's becoming a cop, like it's like there's so many things that I'm doing that is going backwards against what I believe, and it just sucks because, you know, obviously like I didn't want to do that, but also like I love Devonte, like you guys know this, obviously he's Juliet's dad, and I just feel like I am like being put in like such a hard place, but I'm trying. I'm just trying to go with the flow and see what happens. Me and Devonte are in love with each other, and I love him. He is a good person, and I hope that he can do what he says that he wants to do with, you know, change the way people look at cops and blah blah blah, which in my opinion, I don't believe that one person is going to be able to do that. I
definitely do. I believe that one person can definitely make a huge difference, especially in like, you know, simple communities that do have that huge stigma in all police officers. But
which is, that's right.
But I do want to touch base on what you were saying with how you were saying like you really don't need that much training or academic to become a police officer, and it really is true. What she's saying is true. All you need is a high school diploma or equivalent, which is a GED, and then you would proceed to go to the police academy. Police academy is roughly 6.5 months. After that 6.5 months, you would pretty much pass the academy, and then you would get hired at whichever department you want to work at. And then for another 6 months, I believe, you have to train with another police officer by your side. But it doesn't go to say that I feel like there should be a lot more education and experience put into becoming a police officer. So for me, that's the reason why I have been in jiu-jitsu. That's the reason why, you know, I joined martial arts, is so that way I can gain a more of an understanding. I can be more experienced whenever it comes down to, you know, hands-on physicalities, whenever, you know, I encounter someone who doesn't want to, you know, cooperate with me, or someone who's like super who's being like just super physical with me, you know, on the street or whatever. I want to have that experience with mixed martial arts to where I won't have to resort to, you know, pulling out my firearm or doing something stupid that, you know, all these other stupid ass cops do that aren't, you know, educated or
on a power trip.
Yeah, so I want you guys to understand that I'm spending my own money to build myself so that way I can be a better police officer, so that way I can lead by example. Especially with Juliet. Like, Juliet is growing right now in such a messed up world, such a fucked up world, so I don't want her growing up, you know, looking at these police officers and being like, what the fuck, like, these are the bad guys. I want her to understand that, you know, there are really good people out there, and at the same time there are also really bad people out there. There are other things that I'm doing, like firearm training classes. I have passed my CCW qualifications. If you guys don't know what that is, that's pretty much it. Qualifies an individual to have a firearm as long as, you know, they meet certain criteria and go to classes and stuff like that. As I mentioned, the jiu-jitsu thing and the education thing, got my GED. So I'm trying to better myself so that way I can, you know, be a better police officer as a whole.
At the end of the day, it's his career and it's what he wants to do, and it's something that's gonna make him happy. Being a supportive spouse, I literally have to just support it and not agree with it. I don't have to agree with it, but I do, if I want to be with him and continue to be with him, I'm just going to support it. If it ever does get to a point where I'm just like, I absolutely cannot, like, obviously I'm gonna do what I have to do. But I just don't see it getting there.
Yeah. There's no reason why it should get there. There's really no reason why it should get there.
And it's only because, like, I know you. I know who you are and the type of person that you are. And he's explained to me multiple times the reason why he wants to become a police officer and all the things he wants to do and all this stuff. And I really believe that if he puts his mind to it, this is the king of manifestation right here. If he puts his mind to it, I really do believe that he can do it. And I hope and I pray that you can make a huge change, at least in our community. And
I'm just like really scared. And I feel like the reason why I'm scared is because I know majority, if not majority, then a lot of our supporters or a lot of people who are watching this do have that stigma of like, you know, fuck police officers. Like, you know, why should we support police officers? Or why should we support some fact that you want to become a police officer? And like, I just kind of sit here and I really do hope that I'm allowed to have the opportunity to be able to, you know, prove myself to my community and our friends, and especially our family who have, you know, this mindset. And I just think you have to be brave as fuck. to become a police officer when you're involved or you're surrounded by a lot of people who have this terrible bad stigma on police officers. Like, you have to be extremely fucking brave.
You gotta be extremely brave to try to become a police officer when you're with somebody who is like...
Yeah, so I just really hope that I'm kind of giving the opportunity to be able to, you know, erase that stigma or kind of just rearrange that stigma with people.
There's no erasing it. I don't think so. I don't think there will ever be any like erasing it.
I think I'll kind of be stuck because I don't want that to be like, I don't want to live every single day being like, oh, I need to erase the stigma. Oh, I don't need to erase the stigma. It's just a goal, you know what I mean? Like,
just to make a change.
That's exactly what I mean. Like, I want to make a change. I want to try to determine how I can make a change in certain communities inside of, you know, Fresno or Clovis or whatever. And especially inside of our family, like. But
either way, getting to the reason why we are making this video.
It just feels so weird for me because I'm such a workaholic, and I was an extreme workaholic before we even got together, hence why I was working at Chipotle, Sakura, and Paxton, 3 jobs at the same time or whatever. I made my resume, and I submitted my resume, and I also submitted my application for a program that will help me become a better police officer. So I don't want you guys thinking that, you know, I have this little bit of training behind me and then now I think it's a good time to, you know, submit my application to become a police officer. No, I submitted my application to join this program underneath police officers that will give me the proper training that I need. I need you guys to understand that. It's proper training that I need to become a dope, you know, police officer who's able to, you know, handle my shit whenever I am by myself. So, and on top of that, I was in contact with a, you know, a pretty high up person in the police department that I want to be hired at.
Yeah, and he emailed them after he submitted his application.
Yeah, and he reached back out to me and he said that once I get my interview date, I could reach back out to him again so that way he can give me pointers and advice in regards to the interview and the process as a whole to move forward.
Everything is looking pretty up for him with getting like accepted into this program. So if he does get accepted into this police program, there is a huge chance that if he does extremely well through it and the police officers really like him, then the police department that he wants to work for, they might sponsor him throughout the police academy. So yeah, that's why like this is super exciting and it's just cool because, you know, he's getting more training and things like that. So
I mean, I could have easily just sent in my application and be like, you know, I want to become a police officer right away. But I know in my mind, I need a hell of a lot more training. I need training, and this is what majority of police officers or majority of people who want to become police officers, and yeah, I guess I could say police officers now, should think. They should think that there's never enough training. Just train. You know, with the, what is it called? The psychology? I really want to look into doing that. While I'm a police officer, maybe I'll be taking psychology classes online so that way I can better understand people on the road. And these are all things that, you know, a lot of bad police officers don't consider, which is why, you know, we're in the position that we're in today.
Like I said, you guys, like, I'm not even fully on the same page as him, so if you guys aren't, I won't be surprised, and that's okay. That is completely okay. Everybody can have their own opinions because I got my own opinion against it. So
there could be a big chance too that, like, everything's only in God's timing, and there could be a huge chance that, you know, things won't work out. There could be a huge chance where I want to become a police officer and these things that we're talking about right now won't even come into fruition for maybe another 5-10 years. So I just really hope that you guys will support me throughout my entire process. It'll really like help me throughout, you know, everything that's going on. So I just can't wait, bro. Like, I can't wait to just be putting smiles on people's faces, especially with children. I can't wait to, you know, be giving out the stickers or whatever. I can't wait to just go to like show and tell, especially for Juliet. And like I was telling Anicia, I can't wait, like, what if there's times where I get off of work at the same time Jules gets out of school and I kind of like pick her up in my police car and like her friends would be like, oh, like your dad's like a cop. And then like it'll be so cool, like I could show them like the inside of the car and be like, look at this button, look what this button does, and like it's a siren or something, giving them stickers. And that's the beginning stages of erasing that stigma with the younger community. With all that being said, this is where we're gonna end today's video. Really hope you guys enjoyed our little story time in a way. Yeah, so can't wait to see your guys' feedback.
So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys smash this video with a huge thumbs up. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also hit the little bell icon down below to get notified every single time we post a new video. And so for those of you who are new to this channel, or at least relatively new, my name's Anicia.
My name's Devonte.
Her name's Juliet. His name's Sire. And his name's Ringo. And this is the Life of Us Vlog, where every day it's more. You want to say something?
I don't know what to say.
Where every day it's more bullshit.